So good morning to all my friends and family and stranger alike. No, you are not delusional. For one night and one night only, yours truly, the one and the only Dark Joker, has commandeered the Harley Quinn podcast. And why, you ask, should I have taken over the podcast? Because I have something that I really need to get off my chest. Something that needs to be said. Something that needs to be brought to light. So brace yourselves on this. Now, here recently, I have, and here recently, not once but twice, about 4 days ago, I was mentioned in a so called, yeah, right, Chris Hansen investigation and Joker podcast. And then here again, just 2 days ago, three by y'all's time scheme, that Dark Joker podcast calls out Bash the Dead Guy. And this has got over 200 reviews. So my only thing I've got to say is, when it comes down to it, is Snuff the Juff, an individual who does not reveal themselves, who doesn't show their face. See, that's the difference between all the other juggalos on the YouTube channels. Bash shows his face, Flipsy shows his face, Bartle Boss shows his face, Humble Among shows his face, the Thuggalo Show crew shows their face. Snuff the Juff is the only channel that does not reveal their face or their real voice. So that tells me that whoever is running this channel, and most likely they're going to take an excerpt from this and they're going to make up some accusation or whatever. Whoop-de-fucking-do, I don't care. But I'm going to tell y'all this right now. This what separates the real from the fake, be it as it may. I have proven this point multiple times, hands down. And whenever Snuff the Juff, like I said, right here, I'm looking at it right now, center mass, using my name and my likeness, my likeness to benefit. And they've got 72 subscribers. Gee, so let's go to their channel real quick. Let me backtrack on their channel, okay? Because I also noticed here recently that Spread the Dead Flimsy slams Dark Joker podcast. And we'll get to that momentarily too. But anyway, I kind of noticed that they did a created playlist, which is they actually upgraded. So their uploads was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 being the recent uploads. Their created playlist was of Juggalo News, which is one video, of me is 4, and 11 videos, which is 11. So again, I'm going to say this with the utmost sincerity. And I'm going to be honest and real. And this is the last time you're ever going to see my face on social media talking about this drama bullshit. Hands down. Because it feels like Snuff the Juff is nothing but a no-life piece of shit. Because they're bitches. Bitch boys. Snuff the Juff is a bitch boy. Let's put it that way. We it's kind of funny that I done said that because we done busted somebody else today on being a bitch boy. And I call a spade a spade. and it is what it is. And I have to look upon it and just simply laugh. But as far as I'm concerned, and I will say this for the majority crowd, for the majority basin, as I've said, I no longer own my own podcast. That podcast, that channel belongs to someone completely fucking different. Completely different. The only time you ever catch me on social media is on my woman's podcast. The first and only real juggalette that owns a podcast, the Harley Quinn podcast. So, let's move ahead and let's talk about this flimsy Slam Start Joker podcast, okay? Now, I'm going to break it down to you. I overheard little bits and pieces about what Flipsy was saying about me. Even though I sleep, I hear everything. And for Flipsy, let me break this down to you. Let's backtrack on this. Before they found out my history, if you will, Bash and Flipsy, mostly Bash, was cool with me. But Flipsy was kind of a insecure motherfucker, if you will. So when I had the privilege and the honor to be on the podcast later on in June, we kicked it for 2 hours and some change. I try to relate on Flimsy on everything, but it seemed like it fell on deaf ears. But now here recently, he wants to blow steam for 2 minutes and 46 seconds, and he wants to blast my old podcast. Note, I said old podcast, because I don't own the podcast no more. Period. He wants to get mad and then turn around and say, oh, you don't want to fuck with me. I got so much shit on you. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to say this. Because next week, I'm going to be I'm going to turn the big 5-0. And I'm man enough to admit that. And I have lived half a fucking century, if you will, 50 years old. And I have had my fair share of trials and tribulations and rights and wrongs. And I have paid my dues twice. But for this motherfucker, Flimsy, to have the fucking audacity to somewhat threaten, to expose me, and whatnot, see, here's the problem. See, this is where youth is ignorant. Because if he goes to expose my information, you realize how fast I can get you in trouble? See, ignorance is bliss, and in the youth is orgasmic. And he talked about keep my name out your fucking mouth. First of all, I'm only going to say your name when it's required. And second of all, let me ask you this, Flipsy. Let me ask you some God honest truth. Let's be man to man on this. Since you want to disrespect me and say I'm not an OG, let me ask you this, Flipsy. Flipsy unfiltered. Flipsy the dead guy. Do you have a girlfriend? Do you have a real woman that lays in bed with you at night? Do you have a woman that meets your best of the best of the best? We don't really hear about Flimsy's relationship status. Maybe he has a girlfriend. Maybe he don't have a girlfriend. Maybe that's the reason why he lives, or before all the bullshit hit the fan, he lived in a single apartment and all he was surrounded by was dogs and snakes. You never seen him. That's what separated him from Bash. Because at least with Bash at that point, he had a good woman. which was Steph. Flipsy never had a relationship, and if he did, he kept that shit on the download. That's what separates the men from the boys. I never hide nothing. I show my woman off. I've got no shame in my game. So as far as I'm concerned, y'all can keep talking about all the smack, all the bullshit, all the blah, 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 all the fuck you want. I'm done. I'm done with it. I threw the white flag of surrender a long time ago because as far as I'm concerned, except for Bartle House and Juggalo Collectibles and Humble and dare I say the Thuggalo Show, y'all are beneath me. You all are not worth a sugar-coated frosted fuck off the end of my dick. That's the goddamn truth. Now, bear in mind, I know that somebody like Snuff the Juff will take this video and twist my words around. I expect that. Watch what happens. I will promise you that. But be it as it may, I stand where I stand on a lot of things. Now, there has been a question as of lately, will I make a new YouTube channel? I really don't know. Honestly, God, I don't know. It's not because I threw in the towel in a certain way and I gave in to their peer pressure because they want to keep labeling me what the fuck they want. But then again, like I keep saying, it goes back to square fucking one. If I was such an individual, why am I laying in bed at night with a hot, sexy 32-year-old country woman that we are so compatible it's not even funny? I mean, wouldn't you think if I was a sick, twisted ticket that I would be doing other malice shit? Think about that for a second. This woman over here can testify for that. Oh, but wait, that makes too much sense. That's too much commonology. I mean, judge not yet ye be judge. I'm gonna tell you what, y'all. This is God's honest truth. I had the respect for the Spread the Dead channel. I really did. But when someone keeps bringing me up when I'm not even the center of attention, they just want to bring me in and pull me in and extract me and see what they can get out of me, see if they can get a rise out of me. It's going to fall on deaf ears. That's just common truth. I don't fall for the hype game. It's penny any bullshit. It is. I mean, cry me a fucking river. If I was to go to my channel right now, which I'm about to ready to, let me go to my channel real quick. Because I highly doubt I got any views. Which I don't. So, excuse me. My whole thing is this. I don't give two flying fucks what anyone says about me in a negative way. I don't give two fucks how they feel about me in a negative way, because I'm going to tell you this right now. This is where my smart-ass mode comes into play. And this is the first and probably many times I will do this. These people are not paying my bills. They're not putting shoes on my feet, clothes on my back, food in my stomach, knowledge in my brain, and they're not sucking and fucking me. So as far as I'm concerned, it's none of their goddamn business what goes on in my fucking life. Period. You can say what the fuck you want about me. I don't care. All this snuff the Juff, all this no life Juff bullshit that's going on this channel, that's all the fuck it is. It's a drama channel. Snuff the Juff is a drama channel. And for those weak-minded motherfuckers that watch this shit, I feel sorry for y'all. Snuff the Juff is a juggalo version of the Angry Man. If you all really stop and think about that. I know none of y'all probably heard the Angry Man, but it's called the Angry Man. Watch it on YouTube. It's this angry black dude that bitches, moans, and complains about everything. Everything under the goddamn sun. And Snuff the Juff can take my videos and retwist them and say, oh, Dark Joker is a pedophile. It is what it is. Because that's what the Snuff the Juff channel does. It manipulates, it conforms, and feeds the egos of individuals. I am a 49-year-old juggalo, been doing this shit since 1992, since day goddamn motherfucking one, have been in a relationship with this woman for 6 years. Yeah. So I am not the foul creature that Snuff the Juff wants to label me as. Oh, and as for Flipsy, you're more than welcome to try to intimidate me. You more than welcome to, son. Because here's a clue. Whenever you and I was speaking on Messenger, you're very fucking illiterate when it comes to writing your texts. I've known niggers in Louisville, Kentucky, with a second grade age equivalent that can write better than you. That's goddamn facts. And you a sad, sorry little fucking wannabe white boy that can't even write real words, so you break it down Ebonic, moronic, retarded. That's what the fuck you are, Flipsy. That's what the fuck you are, bro. I pull your hoe card, bitch. You don't have to acknowledge me as an OG. You can say I'm not an OG. You can say whatever the fuck you want about me. But I have my own select crew. If you really flip my switch, I have no problem in giving your information to my homies. And I said this on social media. So that shows you how real the fuck I am. Because come next week, today is Wednesday. So I've got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Oh, wow. Until my day of days come. And regardless of what you or the next motherfucker wants to say about me, y'all don't matter. Y'all are piss ants on the road. And I'm the one with the magnifying glass burning down on your ass. Y'all could take that, choke on it. Y'all can sit on it and spin for all the fuck I care. But when it comes down to it, this is what's on my goddamn arm, right here. That's realization. Because none of you motherfuckers can deny that. Because I'm going to tell you something. Let me give you all a little bit of history and whatnot. When all the whole Juggalo shit happened back in 2011 and the whole gang assessment, this applies in Kentucky, in Ohio and Indiana. Because I know plenty of juggalos that got labeled certain things in a certain realm, and they were outcast and ridiculed. So my question I'd have to ask is this. Would you rather have a drug offender in your neighborhood that would sell drugs to your kids, poison your kids, that would kill your kids? Think about what the fuck I just said right there. A drug pusher in y'all's neighborhood. And you know what? I don't even know why the fuck I'm talking about this anymore. Because I done officially made up my mind a long time ago. I think it's pathetic. It truly fucking is. It is sad and pathetic that people want to be bitches about this. But as of right now, this is the last time you will see my face on social media until future reference complete. Because I don't own my own channel anymore. This is the Harley Quinn podcast. So the next thing you see is her face. It's her speaking her mind. Period. And most likely bragging about what I got for her birthday. Early birthday gift. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to leave on this final note. Opinions are like assholes, and everybody's got one. You all are in the right to say and feel how you feel. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's right. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's true. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's fact. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's fiction. It's just a matter of opinion. And when it comes down to it, is this. When it all comes down to it. Because I hate to say that like this, because of this little attitude and this mannerism. And I will put this on Front Street. If I ever met Flipsy, I could beat his fucking ass. Nah. Beat his ass is too kind. I would break this white boy. I would shatter this white boy. I would shatter him like fucking glass. I mean, because my advantage over some is this, because there's been many, many years of pent up frustration and rage and anger and just hatred that's been stored and contained inside this vessel. Even though on a daily basis I'm funny, I'm witted, I'm comical, I'm real. But when you've got someone out there that barely knows anything about me, ooh, I found out about you. Ooh, no life, motherfucker. Off the muscle. I will promise you this. If this white boy ever came to my territory, tag and body bag, one phone call, there would be no more Flipsy. Just saying. That's how well connected the fuck I am. But then again, maybe I've said too much. Oh. But you got to realize this. I'm not talking in no humorous fashion. I'm not saying nothing just to be saying it. I'm saying this on God, on the Bible, on the real, in the here, in the now, in the forever. Those who know me, those 20 motherfuckers that know me, that have been around me, that accept me for who I am and what I am and my history, and have acknowledged me and have respected me as I in turn. That's what separates the real men from the boys, y'all. That's God honest truth. Because anyone can say something and they make it sound legit. But I can back my words up. I can. I can honestly back my shit up. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to finalize this right here and now, real quick. One last time. For the sake of fucking argument, three things. For those who watch the Snuff the Juff channel, if you all dig that type of no-life shit, so be it. But bear in mind, like I said, please focus on this one thought. That Stuff the Juff, they don't show themselves. You never see who the fuck is running this channel. They just hide behind images and video and bullshit. Snuff the Juff is a fake ass fucking juggalo channel. Period. Number two, when it comes to Flipsy, and Flipsy alone, because I've got no beef with Bash no more. Even though Bash as far when it comes to Flipsy is concerned, say what you will, do as you will. And I've said your name how many times? And you said keep your name out your mouth? Fuck you, bitch. I can say what the fuck I want, how I want, when I want. Because let's see. Older Juggalo versus Young Juggalo. Young Juggalo, who's had a podcast for 6 years and has basically done somewhat things compared to an OG Juggalo that's been to most of the gatherings, all the Hollow Wickets, been to all the ICP concerts, and Twisted, ABK, Boondocks, Monoxide, Cottonmouth Kings, and then some, and Dark Lotus. So I guess that kind of trumps you. And I know you'll talk shit about me, Flipsy. You know what? Kiss my ass. Because you know what? At least I can say when I wake up in the morning, I wake up to a beautiful white girl. What do you wake up to? To a dog, a snake, a lizard, your hand? What all can say? Wake up to Hannah and her 4 girlfriends. And number 3, for the sake of argument, and this is the last thing I'm going to say on this note, if y'all want to believe the hype and the bullshit and the hearsay and the criticism and the drama, go right for it. Because that's what separates realists from fake motherfuckers. I support my woman's podcast. Like I said jokingly a little bit ago, about 20, almost 30 minutes ago, I commandeered the Harley Quinn podcast for one night only. And I know there's going to be all types of feedback off of this. I can just foresee it coming. But you know what? Don't care. Is what the fuck it is. But I support my woman on everything. Morally, financially, physically, emotionally, spiritually, you name it. I've got this woman's back. And despite y'all might want to say and feel a certain type of way, don't care. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I hope y'all enjoyed this particular special episode of the Harley Quinn podcast. With that said and done, excuse me, you will see her again here soon, bragging and boasting and whatnot, if not something beforehand. Support her channel. Support her for being the only first and only juggalette to own her own podcast, to speak her mind, and just keep it as it is. Oh, and for future reference, I dare Snuff to Jeff to disrespect my juggalette on her podcast. So with that said and done, this is yours truly, the one, the only Dark Joker, saying, stay safe, be true, be real, because if you're not real to yourself, you're not real to nobody else.